watch me while I sleep. Don't require your belief. Offering silence but no relief. Can you scream without a sound? Like the freeze that's coming down. Barren space where nothing grows. A secret place where no one goes.
Chaos Springs Eternal is a Delta Green actual play. Delta Green by its nature deals with violent themes, disturbing imagery, and horrors beyond our comprehension. Now, if you wouldn't mind comprehending some horrors with us, I think you'll have a good time.
Can you feel me in the fall? Pull me from this epilogue. My hands are frozen in the snow. The eyes of corpses have no glow. Made these chains just for myself. Rambling about my mental health. Demons on this hazy hill. Only my soul is left.
Hello, and welcome back to Chaos Springs Eternal. This is Season 1, City of Woe.
Q-Mott.
You're a fucking asshole.
I knew
Yeah,
it would be
that's-
something like that. I
Wait,
knew
hey,
he was.
Hey, we're discussing a potential rebranding. The lawyers came in, they said, look, you got a real image issue.
Yeah, and then they talked about how bad the branding was.
Moss applesauce
Yeah.
is at our fucking gates.
It's real hard.
Really
Luckily, guys, I don't know if I told you this. I took out a second mortgage on the house. I put it all in Hawk
Oh,
Tua
thank God.
coin. I have a good feeling about it.
Dude.
Dude,
to the moon,
hell
to the
yeah.
moon.
Yeah, to the
Oh.
moon.
To the moon and back.
All right. So,
And then straight
you know,
into the fucking dirt.
nope, I just checked. Oh,
I just
wow.
checked.
Oh,
Why is
I
CoffeeZilla
sub-
in that Twitter space? No, God, no, please.
no. And it's all, wow, it's gone.
And
Okay.
it's gone.
I was a
And,
hockey until this moment.
Yeah. Listen, I
It's
really
up.
believed that internet meme coin was going to do something.
I
oh
need
my
it.
gosh.
Gosh, I'm so
Yeah.
angry.
To
I
anyone
thought
out
you
there-
couldn't lie on the internet.
To anyone out there listening who might have invested in Hawk coin,
Get some help.
seek Jesus.
Yeah, you should have
Sincerely.
invested in Doge, obviously.
Obviously.
Dan? Same to you, buddy.
Invest all your money into
Yep.
Chuck E. Cheese tokens. In the
Mm.
post-scarcity apocalypse that is incoming, all economies will use Chuck E. Cheese tokens.
I think
The
I
rat
have some
will
stuff from my
survive.
kid here somewhere. So you tell me all those bottle caps I saved are worthless.
Oh yeah, no,
No,
that's,
those are
that's
actually
fresh.
worth
got-
something.
I got
Oh,
a bunch of wheat pennies. Does that get me anything?
one.
I got a bunch
one-
of weed pennies.
Hey-oh.
Joe.
Again, we are pro crime here.
Pro-crime.
Unless, only if it's really cool.
Yeah, cool crime. Which, by
crime.
the way, crypto rug pulls, not cool crime.
Yeah,
they're just
pretty
kind of
lame.
boring.
Pretty lame.
It's just
Haley.
like I actually don't understand how that can keep happening. Like you would think after like the first 30, people would be like, you know what? I'm not going to invest in that. I'm not
Sounds
going to
like a
put
bad idea.
$1,000. I'm not going to put $50,000 into this meme coin. I'm
Fool
going to
me
actually,
once.
you know what? Fool me once, shame on you. But by the time it gets around to 30, I'm not sure whose fault this is. I think it's society at
I
large.
think it's the feds at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that comedian said that, shame me 5 times, and now you're just picking on someone who doesn't know how to do anything.
At some point, it actually just does become discrimination. And
Yeah.
people on the internet who invest in meme coins, maybe we do need them federally protected.
Maybe.
They clearly
Maybe.
aren't capable of doing it on their own. Now is when I'm cutting back in. Boy, we just went on a little odd tangent.
It's going to be a wild one.
Might not even make it to the end of the episode. We shall see. But last times? Question mark in my voice as I raise up. It's kind of the last 4 episodes that we have to. I guess last 3 because we did recap that one. I don't have in my notes which the group downtime was, but then we had 3 more downtimes. And you're actually, for people who are listening now, like this is, I don't know when this is going to come out because we're taking December off and then we're going to do Chaos Springs Leak and then this will drop. So this might be like end of January, maybe. So
let's
it's
go.
been
I've
a
hit-
little while.
I've hit the big 3-0 by then. Let's fucking go.
Oh,
Hell yeah,
Right.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think Chaos Springs Leak comes out on the 31st of December.
Okay.
Wow.
The
Good
first
to know.
Happy
episode.
New Year's.
Happy
Yep.
New Year's.
Happy New
A
Year.
few weeks too late by the time you're hearing this, but
Don't break your promise to yourself, or do. I'm
yeah.
not a
Hey,
cop.
actually, this
Right.
is a perfect reminder. Like, hey, how are those New Year's resolutions going?
Yeah.
You don't got to bully me in the future, all right?
Hey, if that was bullying, then you might be a little more fragile than I thought.
Right.
That was a very
set the bar low.
yeah.
Set the bar low.
Yeah.
Just find one thing you can do.
Yeah.
And we're back. So last time in all of our downtimes, we just I'm not going to recap too much because essentially dealing with the immediate fallout of Reverend Goldsmith's intrusion into Carrefour, including his ultimate possession by the avatar of Nyarlathotep, whose name you have learned is Stephen Alsis. Y'all dealt with him, and y'all put away the chalice, right? That was so marked, and working with Glomus and everybody, you essentially, I want to say wrapped up that arc, right? And so we did our sort of one-on-one downtime episodes where everyone sort of personally dealt with some of the fallout, including, a few highlights. I mean, Joel, obviously, working with Gloma, spending time with him. I thought that was pretty interesting. Cyril, real awkward and uncomfortable visit with Luna. Just really,
What are you talking about?
Oh,
It was fine.
it was very normal, and
It is
nothing
very
bad
normal.
happened.
You ever get rejected by someone out in character?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the story of my life. I just gotta. I now want to branch out into getting my characters all rejected.
yeah.
It's for the best.
I'm sad. I'm sad.
And then, Marcy had a little downtime of her own where she dealt with the fallout with her bowling league,
vented on the group chat, got left on red.
as well as talked a little bit more with Luna. And we didn't talk about it, but I'm assuming that you went Friday night to the
Yeah.
group. If you want to have something have happened there that means anything. Oh, and you visited your uncle and had a revelation, which resulted in one of my favorite episode titles, actually. D. Barnabas Cooper. I was pretty proud of that.
Yes.
So
That was good.
with that revelation that Marcy's uncle. Well, actually, you know what? I won't spoil that, because throughout all of this, in each of your downtimes, I had mentioned a handful of things happening, including, strange things in the town, people wandering. There was like a hit and run almost, or maybe you guys had sort of been having weird problems with your phones, but you had managed to coordinate with Detective Marr to meet Saturday morning at Big Eddie's Diner to regroup and brief and figure out what the next steps are, or what possibly could be any next step. Anything stick out? Anything you want to cover from your downtime that you? I guess we can either bring it up in character, or you can bring it up now. Anything you want to touch on? Anything I missed in that recap?
I mean,
I do have one thing from Joel's, but
yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's the only thing I need to say.
hey, you know what? Let's go to Saturday morning at Big Eddie's Diner. Big Eddie is slinging up CTE eggs. They are bringing around fresh coffee. Things seem to have somewhat normalized a little bit in town ever since maybe Wednesday, Thursday. People seem to be normalizing. There's not as many people walking around sort of aimlessly. You've noticed that tempers are spiking a little bit less. It seems like everyone is dealing with things somewhat better ever since Wednesday, maybe at 4 p.m. ish. Just kind of strange, but things feel relatively normal, and the diner is not super busy, but it's an average Saturday morning. If you hear the sizzling of bacon on the griddle, and y'all get your coffees refreshed or whatever you choose to drink at the moment.
Oh yeah, definitely a coffee.
Yeah. Detective Marr sitting down. He's like, "Well, glad I could finally coordinate everything. It's been you guys know it's been a weird week."
Yeah, it fucking has. Hey, did y'all know aliens are real?
He's like, no, I didn't know that.
Cool.
But,
and she just stares forward into like the middle distance and is just like
Joel is
inhale,
like,
deep
Joel's like,
exhale.
mouth is full of toast, and he's just, so you need to talk about that?
I think I was visited by something, not recently, but do you remember when we did those interviews on the TV and everyone had theirs and something happened, and then I thought, well, of course nothing's gonna happen to me, I'm normal, and then
Yeah?
yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, also my uncle's she looks to Virgil. Plug your ears.
he just shakes his head no.
Do it.
I'm not, Marcy.
What's
I'm
the
not
statute of limitations?
I don't know. I would have to know what crime.
Theft.
I don't know. 14 years. That sounds right. Marcy, I'm not bringing anything against your uncle.
Yeah, he's DB Cooper.
Unless he,
Excuse
I
me?
was going to say unless he killed somebody, but what? DB Cooper?
Yeah, he's just DB Cooper.
Okay. Wow.
DB Cooper was more than 14 years ago.
I know. I was just worried. I didn't know. I don't study law. I'm not a. She gestures to Virgil.
It's like, Marcy, I have no evidence aside from you saying that. So I'm. What do you you think I'm? I mean, I'm a cop, but I'm not like. What am I gonna do? Launch an investigation?
I mean, to be fair, it is one of the most unsolved mysteries of all time, right?
Is there statute of limitations on terrorism?
Hey,
I don't know.
I don't think so. A theft, I think, is 3 or 6 years.
Well,
Either way, it's pretty punk rock.
she
Marcy,
throws up
that's
the
actually
horns.
that actually makes a lot of sense.
That's
but-
what I'm saying.
It makes sense.
I
Well,
chose not to think about it for years, and like him finally just telling me, great. Also, apparently, he met S.A. And she's like waiting, like she looks just waiting for a shoe to drop.
San Antonio? We've all
no.
met San Antonio at some point.
She's just making a very like just eyes wide open, just staring directly at Cyril, like, I'm not gonna say the name. Not you two.
Do you know that the person that plays Cyril
Gold.
doesn't have any idea what you're talking about?
Smith.
Oh.
Oh.
wait. So your uncle's DB Cooper, and he knows Reverend Goldsmith.
No, he
Before
knows someone.
was, or he met a essay.
Marcy, I have no idea what you're trying to say.
Joel's like head is in his hands, like staring down at the coffee tea eggs he hasn't touched yet.
He
Okay.
They are real watery and runny this morning.
Someone was crying into it while they
Listen,
were
we've
cooking.
We've all had our days. All right.
I'm just saying.
Fuck, he met him?
Yeah. I've been sitting on this for a minute. I'm sorry. It's crazy to me.
Okay. Anything else we got to get out of the way? Earth shattering? Cyril? You meet Bigfoot werewolf?
No, I didn't.
She looks to Cyril like, well.
No, I've taken up object reading, and I cut ties with Luna in a way.
Is that gonna fuck us up?
I don't think so. I think we ended it pretty amicably. I've been just.
Hey,
She
hang on,
looks to-
Noah.
she-
Make a humid for Marcy real quick.
Yes.
Make a retroactive humid.
I like to think that she would get a bonus to this.
Yeah. No, give yourself 20% on this.
Okay. Okay. I'll add it in the system and then subtract it because it's not going to give me the.
There's no way.
Natural 1!
Hold on. It's a 6 under 76 and then a critical. A 1. A 0 1.
Mark, what is Cyril trying to persuade for? Or
that I did a good job of breaking things up with her.
Well, unfortunately, I think her critical beats your 76.
Yeah, it does.
Marcy just smiles and nods, like, yeah.
No, so this is a retroactive human for Marcy to remember how Luna was behaving last night.
Sorry for bursting my mic, but oh my god.
It was. Let's just say that the Coven meeting was shorter than you might expect. Pretty terse. Everyone was feeling slightly better, but there was definitely a funk in the room that appeared to be hanging over them. And Luna was notably just sort of like, she handed over the hosting duties, all the conducting, emceeing type of duties. And
I am red in the face from
hung out
laughing
in the back during the whole time. And you could tell that she was still like seriously in a funk. As if something had happened, but you didn't really get a chance to ask her. She was very closed off.
I mean, I just told her I wasn't good for her. That her and I being together wasn't gonna be the right thing for her because I'm all involved in this kind of nonsense all the time. And I just figured I'd spare her that kind of unnecessary evils, if you will.
Okay. So, at what point did you forget that not only is she involved in a lot of this, but also we have a mutual friend?
Oh, by the way, my uncle knows my uncle knows Dennis Rodman.
I pound the table. Like, just one fist on the table. Like,
he's gauged.
Who is it? Who is it?
Detective Marr is like, hey guys, can we talk a little bit about what? Can you tell me anything about what actually happened this last week? Because I heard some rumors about you guys being in the street with a car.
Did you not get the alert?
Yeah, you got the alert.
Yeah,
right?
but I got the alert. I get what the Reverend made us all do. Obviously, not thrilled with that. But where is he now? I heard he went to the hospital, but the hospital's like, no, he was never here.
He's gone.
He left. Okay.
No.
Nope.
He left with the wind.
He looks to each of you and he's like, okay. Is
Victor, what are you now understanding?
No, listen, do we need to take care of anything?
It's taken care of.
Okay. All right. Listen.
Yeah.
That's after what he did, that's fine by me.
She puts a hand on Virgil's shoulder and just turns to him with like the most like intense look she has managed yet. You did not want to be in the room when it happened.
I've never seen Hamilton, so I don't know if that's a reference, but
no.
Okay.
It was worse than what went down.
How would you know if it was a reference to Hamilton? Never mind.
What's Hamilton?
I've heard the name of the song. I don't know. Is Hamilton out by this time? I don't remember when it came out in real life.
Hamilton came out in like 2013, 2014.
Okay. All right. So it's not...
Yes or no? Maybe?
It's not unreasonable that he would be aware of a song in Hamilton.
he went to high school with
Is this where we learn... Is this where we learn that Virgil Marr is actually a huge Broadway head?
You hear him humming Masquerade.
God.
I want Victor
Wicked.
to think everything is related to Hamilton in some way.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Hamilton is one of those.
Scene. Is this a Hamilton reference?
Listen, it's either Lost or it's Hamilton.
Guy who's only seen Hamilton, watching his second Broadway play. You know, this is a lot like Hamilton. Oh, I'm dying. Okay. I can't remember what the original meme for that is now, but that works really well for Hamilton. Or getting a lot of Hamilton vibes from this. That's what the original. The vibes. That was the original meme. I'll look it up someday. And he says, "Okay, well, listen, the whole chief thing. We kind of had a quick memorial ceremony. Everything, police department was all showed up. Didn't invite you guys, obviously, for like real obvious reasons, right? Well, people kind of are brushing over his wife. Still can't figure out what happened. We've got no leads, so the assumption is he killed her, right? We've got no reason to not think that, and so people are. I mean, it's not a cold case, but it is lukewarm at best. We've got zero leads. There's no evidence. Whoever did this was like professional, which is disturbing to me because, I mean, you guys do we really think that he killed his wife?
I don't know.
Do we think that?
I
don't think we did. I don't think
at
least, right? We don't think he killed his wife.
I mean, mate, who
Are
knows?
there any loose ends from the Riverbend?
The entirety of the Riverbend?
I'm okay. Well, there.
Do you guys think it was one of those guys getting like revenge on the chief, or
Maybe.
It's possible.
I mean, what could he possibly have done to get revenge?
I don't know. But listen, I still don't totally know what the chief was up to over there. Honestly, I still don't know what y'all were up to over there. I'm just assuming. Listen, I am closing my eyes and whistling past a lot of stuff right now. But I need to make sure that the town is going to be okay, because after this last week and the past, I mean, feeling better, but there was like a few days there where it felt like Carrefour was gone. That the town that I knew was just gone because no one was. I mean, it was like people were zombies.
Yeah, that's.
I don't want that to happen again. So whatever we need to do to prevent that from happening, I want to be on top of it. And I feel like if there's someone who now has probably committed more than one murder, because I don't think if the chief did kill his wife, I don't think the chief killed that other woman. That doesn't make sense. So it seems to me like there's another person who's done this, and if we find another body killed like this, then we have a serial killer in town. And
oh shit,
yeah,
it's a ritual.
That'd be terrible.
Yeah, it would be. So I just want to figure this out.
Okay. No.
All right. Well,
I mean,
Uh,
you have access to object reading. You have access to scrying. I have a gun.
Okay.
I have one of those too.
I don't.
Do you guys want
I had
to-
to reach for something. I don't have anything. I have DP Cooper. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's pretty powerful.
Okay.
That's more than we had yesterday.
Here's the thing,
Okay.
Marcy. I've been thinking that occurred a long time ago, and your uncle is like what, 55?
No.
Okay. All right. Listen, I'm just.
She is like making contact with like Virgil and just blinking at him. Just
All
not
right.
like just shaking her
Okay,
head
anyways.
no.
Okay. All right. So we got to be. All right. So, Virgil,
Yeah.
how much of what happened over the last couple of days do you really want to know? Like, genuinely, how much do you really want to know?
Joel, a couple weeks ago, I learned that our town has a ghoul who is our benevolent protector. I learned that ghosts are real, and apparently now aliens are real. I also learned now that DB Cooper lives in our town.
Marcy nods.
So I've dealt with quite a bit. If it's like categorically worse than all of those, I don't want to know. But if it's kind of in that same trajectory, go ahead.
How do you feel about old gods?
I don't. What do you mean, like Baal or some of those old Bible gods?
Kind of.
Older.
I'm gonna look around. How busy is the area we're in?
I mean, it's people are chatting. You feel like you could have a relatively private conversation.
Okay. I'll just pull everyone in closer to the center of the table just to get a little quieter. The chalice was actually a mace that Marcy used that was wielded by an avatar of an ancient Mesopotamian god king.
Okay, yeah, that's the same trajectory. Okay.
And also, there was another avatar in Goldsmith's body. Goldsmith also wasn't his original name, and that wasn't his original accent, and there is something far more vile and evil that now has turned its gaze upon Carrefour.
Yeah, so I guess I'm right in that I want to protect the town more and make sure that this doesn't happen again. But
yes.
It feels right.
I think Joel kind of stops for a second, and just trying to figure out how to word it and not coming to a better solution than being, I shot him in the head and he didn't care. It didn't faze him.
That's what I was talking about. You didn't want to be in the room.
Yeah.
And as for the Guidries, how are they? Do you know?
They are expected to make a full recovery.
Oh, that's great.
He looks
Goldsmith.
over at Cyril. It's like, Cyril, why do you look so sad?
Cyril's just, no!
God.
This is the worst news I've gotten all month. No, Guidry turned them in. Whatever vile thing corrupted the avatar in Guidry turned them into something like a beast. Is the only way I can describe it.
Okay. I'll be honest. It's a bit above my pay grade, but...
It's above yours?
Yeah, well, listen.
I sell used tires.
Didn't you mention that you can scry?
Yeah.
And he looks over at Cyril, and you can do object reading, and Marcy has a gun?
Listen, I'm supposed to be doing a lot more. It's slow headway, but I am making headway.
Okay, so here's what I would like to propose. Could you all use your magic abilities and maybe help me figure out who this serial killer is?
Yeah, of course. I feel like we have a lot going on as well. We'll make time, surely, to help you, but I feel like it's every other minute I turn around, something is going on.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up to you guys as well that
oh no,
I think we need to go back into the box to get Clem.
Okay.
Talking with Dennis Rodman.
That is never not funny, by the way. I know, I like, we all know. It's fucking hilarious. Anytime one of us just says Dennis Rodman.
I told you it'd be fun. Nobody believed me at the time.
Dude, you were right. You're
I
totally
know.
right.
I know.
Anyways, serious. Sorry.
That seal that we saw in the box.
There's a moment of confusion on her face, and then just like, oh! She was just picturing like a seal, like the animal.
That's impressive, scarily impressive.
Hey, look,
that was a really good seal.
I don't have
How well
that
that
many
was
good
done.
impressions, but that is good. And it's so good that I definitely didn't cut in real sounds of a seal into my impression. in case
Well,
it
no,
doesn't come through in the
His
recording.
job has him go out and club seals to clear way for the platforms
Right.
to go through.
That's right.
so true. That's so true.
his job.
No,
He's a
guys.
seal
I
clubber.
coordinate the groups who go out and club the seals.
Oh, okay.
Just the supervisor.
Is there a free
Yeah.
spot on that team then?
The coordinator team
I got some
or the
aggression I need
clubbing
to get
team?
out.
The clubbing team.
Listen, you'd be surprised that it fills up real quick. We don't actually even have to pay those guys.
Weird.
They do it. They do it out of passion.
It's like those rage rooms where they just give you a hammer and a bunch of glass jars.
Here's the thing of seals.
We post listings on the dark web every month, and they fill up in minutes.
Oh.
Oh my god. Anyways,
Okay, so the seal on the box, in the
we
box.
think I think we need to do a little more research into that, and he agrees. But we also need to get the rest of Clem out so that we can make sure it's safe to go in, and if need be, put something else in it. You smelling what I'm stepping in?
We're 100% sure that Clem is she's still got stuff part of her trap there.
He seems to think so, and if he thinks so, I don't have any reason to doubt him.
Okay.
Name the last time he's been wrong.
I mean, when he attempted the thing.
He was wrong about Dennis Rodman being funny.
That true. That too.
He was very upset when I named him that.
Name me the last time he was wrong about something important.
I would say that
did.
a running joke is pretty important.
I will look to Virgil with just bags under my eyes and just say, I get it now.
When he attempted the ritual that started the event.
Yeah. Anyway, I
He's
get what
not
you're
infallible. He
Yeah, he's not
forgot his own
infallible.
name. We know his true name, or not his true name, but like one of his names.
saying. You know true name?
Whoa! Wait, you guys know what do you mean his true name?
Oh yeah, we learned who he was before he became a ghoul.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
forgot you weren't there for that.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Actually, kind of an important
Right.
person too, funny enough.
Crazy.
Really important.
The next once in a lifetime thing that happens inside of Carrefour that we have to deal with, I'm moving to Wyoming.
His name was like George. His name was like George.
His name was George or was like
It-
George?
It was a George name, right, gang? In character, this is what Marcy's memory is. I know his actual name. I'm looking at the notes, but it's just funny to me that she's just like, I think his name was like George something. He was French.
He was
Can I be
George,
honest?
Okay, he was a French George who was important. I thought you were going to say George Washington for a minute there,
No,
and that was
no,
a little
God. She puts her hands to both sides. That would have been insane. George Washington. We could have planted cherry trees outside of the Floresian Manor and just seen what his reaction would have been.
He was a French occultist.
Yes.
bit. Okay. Anyways, the point is, you guys kind of skipped around the question of, will you help use your
Okay.
magic abilities to figure out who this murderer is?
Sure, but we probably have other things we need to figure out first.
I want to help you. I want to help you, Virgil. I want to help you.
And you know what? A murderer, important, but I think getting my family out of a multi-dimensional finger trap comes first.
That is an insane
that's-
way to put that.
Listen.
Mhm.
I get it. I understand. I would do the same thing. Just want to make sure. Do you know where you're going to start with that? Do you have any idea what's happened? I assume
Rodmeister.
Rodmeister is taking point.
I'm just presuming as well. I don't know.
Yeah, we talked to him. Yeah, he said he's working on some stuff. Like, it's going to be a bit. He said he'd get back in contact with me, but I guess, yes, I can help you with this first. But if he calls saying he has something ready, I'm going to that.
That's fine. Look, all I'm asking for is a lead, right?
Okay,
100%.
so Cyril, you can read items.
I mean, I'm learning. It's a little bit like I haven't tried to do it yet.
Like
But
that
just
time
so
I tried
many
to
of these-
summon the protective spirit when we were being chased by a tornado. Dude, I get it.
Right. Like so many of these things, we've had to deal with objects that are having issues. So I just figured learning how to read them might be a good idea.
What if you read the bathtub that she was found in?
I would love to do that. Is that something that maybe detective do we all have to go together to do stuff? Can we split up?
We can absolutely split up. There's no reason in that we would need all of us.
Can you guys go, because you're more in tune with the spiritual world, if you try to figure out what's going on? I'll be there to help you if you need me. Don't get me wrong, but if you guys want to figure out what we're going to do about Clem, then maybe Detective and I can go to the crime scene and read some bathwater.
Yeah, sure. That works with me. And if
You know the water's not in there still, right?
I'm well aware of that, Detective.
Okay. Just
I hate
No
to say
shit,
this.
Sherlock.
I might.
how is this the first time we've said that to the detective?
That's the first time.
It's the first time.
Fuck.
How do we miss it?
60 some odd episodes in.
Nope.
Time it.
Only took the 40-year-old to do it. Great.
and that's the end of Chaos Springs Eternal. Great job.
That was the code. That was the sleeper cell
That was the
word.
command
Wow,
for-
that was it. I was just the whole thing was
Oh,
a
Power
this is-
World, Power Word Kill
This is
Show.
all just this Sherlock joke set up.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. We can go talk with Dennis. We can see what we can figure out Marcy while they go out there. And if you guys get a lead that you want me to chip in with, just give me a call or something.
I might have to call Bill Blank about something. The aliens.
I'm still waiting on his text or his report, by the way.
He hasn't got back to you?
Not yet.
God.
We
damn.
did mail that out like a day ago
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
or 2 days ago, and
it's
like
been a
it's
few
been like
days
3 or
ago.
4. Yeah.
It's been a few days, and Bill Blank's a busy guy.
Bill Blank's a busy
Don't
guy.
fucking lie to me.
He is.
His
Listen.
day job is driving the clubbers out.
You know when you text that friend to hang out and they go, "No, I'm busy," and you can just all you have to do is like internalize
You can just say no. You
the
can
anger
just
to
say
not to
no.
be like, Rebecca, you sit on your couch and pet your cat all day. What do you mean you don't want to hang out? You're not busy. That's how I feel with Bill Blank right now.
Oh, I thought that was in character. Marcy was just about to say, I was about to say Marcy gets a faraway look in her eyes and just like, yeah.
No, that was me to Bill Blank. That was Tyler to Bill Blank. I hate Bill Blank so much.
All right. Well, let's go to the chief's house. All right, let's go to the room where it happened. So we've got Cyril, we've got Detective Marr. They are standing over the bathtub. Detective Marr used some keys to get in. He said, "All right, well, it's been empty for obviously a week or so, but go ahead and take a look. Like, do you need like music, candles? What does this involve?"
I will. I will do my necessary things that I need to do for this. But before I do, it would be really helpful if you could tell me exactly what the police know about this.
And he's like, "Well, I can tell you that we know she was killed. We have a rough time estimate. It was it had to be sometime between Thursday afternoon and Friday morning, and she was in the tub, put up no resistance from what we can tell, and was shot from above with a 9mm gun. Appeared very ritualized, and she was fully naked.
Okay. Does it look like can you determine if she got into the bathtub by herself, or if she was like coerced to get in there, or
There were no drugs in her
was, like-
system. There were no
or sexual in
ligature
nature?
marks.
Like, was there something going on?
No. I mean, a swab came back, and all it told us was she was active, but it didn't indicate whether
Sure.
that was by choice or not.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so I'll do my thing here, and he'll start. Like, he would have brought like a little like kit with him, I guess, as you could say. He would have made all the necessary arrangements to get like, a candle or like 3 or 4 red and black candles, and he would put them around the room, and he would start kind of trying to get into a state of meditation, and he would begin by starting to take deep breaths and get into the flow of trying to read what happened, what the full story is with this bathtub.
All right. Give me a science bathtub roll. No.
I do have that.
Give me a POW roll here.
A POW roll.
Yeah.
Success. 56
Awesome.
under 80.
So as you are set up, as you are maybe, are you touching the tub? Are you getting in the tub?
I think that Cyril would probably. I think he would try just touching it at first, and then realize that he maybe needed to, like, fully immerse himself into this in order for it to really work. So I think that he will have transitioned to the bathtub.
Okay. So as you are doing these things, it's a feeling of calm, of peace, a little bit of excitement. It's like you had a long, hard day, and you got a chance to take a nice hot bath all by yourself. And as you are there in the tub, maybe looking up, closing your eyes, taking that moment to breathe deeply, it's like you feel that the extension of your body, where your skin ends and the air begins, it's like as you breathe in, you feel that begin to thin and lighten and erase, and you breathe into this tub, and it's like it's filled with memories, and you begin almost floating in this tub in this series of memories. And at first it is, fairly uncoordinated, and it's just strong emotions and feelings. Again, mostly relaxation, handful of easing soreness. It's mostly very positive and comfortable. And as you are floating through this sort of memory pool, there's a moment where it's like a shock, a jolt, where you open your eyes and you see standing over you a male figure, and in his hand is a gun. And you feel just a moment of panic, but not anything that you can possibly react to, as you feel the heat and hear the sound of a muzzle flash, and then everything begins to go dark. I need you to make a sanity roll.
Okay. Sanity roll. Here we come. Failure.
Okay.
97 over 75.
You're going to take 1d4. You can take 4. You have the chance to project this sand loss if you so choose.
I'll eat it.
Okay. And as you open your eyes in your real body, you are suddenly shocked back into the tub and maybe spasm a bit as you see standing over you a man who is Detective Marr. He's just like, "Whoa, hey, I heard you moaning, making some concerning noises, and just wanted to come in and make sure everything was okay."
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm all right. But in the future, If we ever are in this situation again, please don't do that. Okay, because things were happening to me that I didn't know. I kind of was reliving her death here, and it was a man that pulled the trigger on her, and you standing over me made me, I'm armed too, so like, don't do that again unless I'm like bleeding out of my eyes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Did you see his face? And
Did I see his face?
in that moment, I mean, thinking to that moment, it is strong in your mind. That 4 points of sanity, that is an intense moment, and it feels like a familiar face, but it's like someone's cousin who you didn't know, but you see, the person really well, and you see their cousin, and you just have that instinct of like, hey, are you related? But it was all wrong, because yeah, he was standing over you and he looked real familiar, but it was like his shoulders might have been a little too wide, and you think he might have been, I mean, he must have been 7 feet tall, and his shoulders were really wide and his hips were really kind of narrow, and he was pale. Even though his face was kind of shadowed, there was a paleness to him, like a fleshy, like someone who had just gotten out of an ice bath, where their skin is no longer even pink; it's just sort of a dead white. And that's all that sticks out to you.
Yeah. Whoever did this, I don't think that he was, how do I say this? I don't think he was a normal person. He was well over 7 feet tall, and he had very narrow hips, and his skin was very pale. He seemed familiar, like I've recognized him before, or that I've seen someone that looks like him, but I can't place who it is.
So maybe I would say a relation of someone in town, but with that sort of height, he looks at you. Do you think Rodman might know?
That's the first thing I thought of. Not gonna lie.
That's what it makes me think of.
Yeah, because it may be Dennis Rodman, but it may be also one of his teammates, if you will. Yeah.
Well,
was there any like bullet casings here? Was there?
No.
Did they leave anything behind other than a dead body?
The only thing they left was just the actual bullet itself that was lodged in her chest.
Okay.
Or
and there was no,
I don't remember which one.
There was no mutilation to the corpse, or there wasn't a missing organ or a heart rendered out or anything like that?
No, there was nothing in her system. Everything came back normal. Missing organ though. You think it might be related to that?
Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't put it past the organizations that we're dealing with to do something like that again. So it might be worth. Has she been autopsied?
Yeah. That's how we know nothing in her system.
Right.
Nothing unusual. Just cause of death was real obvious.
Yeah. I mean, unless the coroner's real thorough. I mean, maybe they missed something, but I don't want to throw stones at people I don't know. So it might be worth a second look. But
yeah, I suppose the coroner,
yeah,
he does a good job. I've never really had any issues, but might be worth double checking.
Yeah, I would think something like that would be something we would want to have. Be particularly something like the spleen, the heart, the lungs, or the liver.
Yeah. I'll put in a little inquiry and just see. I'll double check those notes and just see if there was anything weird.
Okay.
Obviously, she was interred with her husband, so
what was left of him?
We made,
yeah,
we didn't have his body, so
yeah, okay.
We could.
Well, I will go talk to Dennis Rodman, and I will see if he knows something. Maybe I can glean some information off of him. I know that Marcy and Joel are on their way out there to talk to him about other things, but when I get a chance, I'll have a talk with him.
All right.
And this was, if there's other things, let me know. If there's other things you want me to look into, I don't mind doing this if it'll help.
I'll grab the case notes from the other murder.
Please do. I'd like to have a look at those as well.
See if there's anything. So
yeah, that'd be great.
So we'll cut that scene there, and we're gonna jump to the manor, where Marcy and Joel have rolled up to the manor. It's probably it's Saturday afternoon, maybe early afternoon.
Do we see anything?
No. Manor looks. I guess make
Manor's
some
gone.
alertness rolls. Yeah.
You see nothing. It's a flat field.
Make
So
some
actually
the
was no
ritual
manor.
didn't work, or the
make
ritual.
make a couple alertness rolls. Just
Some good old
Just the
alert
mental
as well.
image of us pulling up and the entire fucking
I swear to
thing is
God.
caught. Oh my God!
I got a
no.
fumble. 77 over 51.
You guys are at the wrong house.
Joel, you nearly clip a rock on your way to the thing, and you're like, wow, that rock could really like bust a tire, I guess, if you were not like
Nice.
turning, not paying attention or something.
Probably do
Marcy,
more
when
than
you
bust a
get
tire.
there, when you get there to the manor, though, you do notice like some tire marks that aren't yours. Kind of odd, but you're technically the mayor. This is the mayor's house, and presumably he's come out here before, and he might have come out to visit you. You just notice that. You can do with that what you will.
That mark was fucking weird. What was it doing, like in the middle of the fucking road, Joe?
I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't in the middle of the road.
Oh, okay.
I might have fucked up, Mercy.
What happened? What happened, Joel?
I may have gone to a therapist, and I may have told her about how I killed Goldsmith.
Marcy stands there for a moment.
How are you
Yeah.
standing here in my car?
Marcy gets out of the car, stands there, pulls out a gun, shoots Joel.
Marcy ghost rides the
Podcast
whip.
over. Ghost rides the whip.
What fucking
Marcy
year is it?
picks up the rock and throws it at Joel.
2012.
Joel, you told your therapist that you dealt with Goldsmith, right?
Yeah, I did. It was Antoine's girlfriend. I don't know. She
pinches the bridge of her nose. Fuck. Okay.
It's been Marcy. It's been fucking with me. All right.
I know. The fact that fucking my uncle apparently is also under a geish like the rest of it. Fuck it. Let's wrap her in a geish too. If that's fucking Glomus's solution, everything is geish it up.
I mean, so is my boss.
What?
Yep.
What?
Yeah. All the pipe works and stuff he has down there for his alchemy and shit. Custom made it for him a few years ago. before I even worked there.
The song that goes something
And
like,
it
y'all
remind
about
me-
to make me lose my mind up, and it just starts playing.
Dan, can you remind me real quick? Wasn't also the mayor's secretary
Yeah, Matilda Green.
Matilda Green?
That asshole?
So, you know, like, between learning that from Glomus specifically and everything,
Yeah.
I don't know, just we're in so far over our heads, and I don't know, like, I mean, I trust him, but it's so concerning that he has a gauche on at least one person we all are familiar with prior to even meeting him.
It's fucked.
I don't know, I'm worried about Steven and the wall and the group that was at the Blues Lounge, and I am worried that Clem got pulled into this when she wasn't supposed to be. I am worried that the rest of the city has gotten pulled into something that they were not supposed to be, and I am worried that somehow the 3, 4, if you want to include Virgil in this, are kind of predestined, determined, fated, however you want to put it, to deal with this. Or maybe not even necessarily fated, but that he pulled us specifically in because he saw something in us. I don't know. It just... I shot someone in the head, and they didn't react. And I just had to get it off my chest. And I'm sorry to drop that on your lap, and I'm sorry that I had to do it to her, but she...
I was in the room with you. I know. I know. And she also has like a haunted expression. I understand. I vented that to my uncle after the realization that aliens are real, and I swear to, I just paced around the room for like a solid, what felt like 5 minutes. We saw a man possessed by something ancient and horrible. Glomus, the oldest thing we know that is on our side, and she squints at Joel like he was terrified.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Things are spiraling out of control. Not to say we had any measure of control. You saw before all that shit when we had to deal with like the ghost possessing that one kid. And it knocked him out of his disguise.
Yeah. I know.
We're going to have to pull out as many stops as we can and get stronger if we want to face this. If we want to be able to face what's coming with any shred of ourselves left. How much are we going to have to lose of ourselves in this fight?
I think we've lost a lot of it already. So it's just, I think at this point it's how much can we hold on to at the end. Let's just go talk to Glomus.
So Glomus is back. Down.
We open into that conversation by just yelling, "Yo, Rodmeister!"
No, absolutely not.
Marcy 100% has to after that.
So he is down in his lab, as you might expect, and let me put them back. Okay, perfect. Y'all are all down in the lab, and he says he's in his ghoul form, and he says,
"Oh, hey, Joel and Marcy. Thanks for coming by. How is everything?"
Not ideal.
Things should be somewhat better, though.
Somewhat, yeah, but things being better than they were yesterday is still worse than they were 3 weeks ago.
Even if our perception of events wasn't to where it is now, yeah.
That's understandable.
Virgil and Cyril are out looking at the chief's wife's murder scene. He wants us to help with that, and we don't really have much we can do at the moment. Helping, I can't exactly just look at someone if I don't know what they look like, or scry on someone if I don't know what they look like. So we came to see how you were doing with figuring out the box.
Well, thanks to the materials that were provided, it's ready, and I boxed it up. I mean, I was mostly, yeah, it's...
No, I'm sorry, not the one for Sharor, but the chest upstairs.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was like, you and I have worked on that. Hang on 1 second, let me,
And he closes his eyes and concentrates and turns back into his human form. And he says, so I reached out and I got a response from my friend in the DeBarty clan. So he should be coming by either later tonight or possibly tomorrow. Ghoul travel is, as you understand, a little fraught at times, especially for those who don't like traveling in their human guise. And he is a bit of a stickler for tradition, but he's one of the most knowledgeable ones I know. So if anyone's going to help us identify what's going on with Clem, it's him.
Could he have any ulterior motives or be tainted by... And she, looks around the lab. All this?
It's a risk, I suppose. But he and I go way back. And to tell the truth, I mentored him. So it's not that he owes me, but I hope that our friendship would overcome any politics, if you will. So, do we want Cyril to show up around now?
I thought this was happening concurrently. I mean, it can be.
Well, yeah, but they got to drive much further than you did.
Okay. Yeah, we can.
So I'm willing to say that.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I can show up there.
Okay, so Cyril shows up. Knocks on the front door. Maybe winds his way through.
Yo, Rodmeister, are you here?
Back in the lab. And in the lab, he looks and he says, "Joel, I promise you, when he gets here, he and I are going to work, and you all will probably be needed to find out exactly what happened to your sister." And that's where we're going to end for right now.
Woo!
Whoa.
Thank you once again for tuning in to Chaos Springs Eternal, a Delta Green actual play. Shout out to Arc Dream Publishing for making Delta Green. It's my favorite role-playing game. Shout out to Ponzer Kings for Cocytus, our theme song. Shout out to Hideous Hiss, who I've used a few of their tracks. They posted in one of the Delta Green Discords about their music, and I've been really enjoying it for background music. And shout out to you if you are rating and reviewing us. I've noticed that we've gotten a few more reviews on iTunes, and people have been rating us on Spotify. If you do that, send us an email. We've got links in the show notes for how to reach out to us. Make sure you send us your NPC idea, and we will incorporate them into Carrefour. Thank you, and have a great week.
Tyler, you're not a bug. It's okay.
You're not a bug, and people don't want to eat you.
Right. While you're drunk.
This is getting cut out too.
You never know.